Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, and good night wherever you're watching in the world. And welcome back to the Eclipse Racing League, and welcome to 2021. We are here at Canada for the 10th round of the Eclipse Racing League season. I am your host, now four-time host, Shuttle Dancer 29, and boy is it good to be back. Now, before we get into quality, we are going to get into the driver's standings. Leading the way, and by a pretty decent margin, is Vapor Trench on 169 points, with Matt in second place on 102, very closely behind by Cassix in third on 101. In fourth place, you've got Elian on 83, with Vapor Shade closely following him on 79 points in fifth. Sixth place, we've got Cobalt, only 3 points back actually from fifth place. Sorry, and it's another close battle. This time for P7, it's with Zuka Joe in seventh place on 48, leading Carwin Rob, who's 3 points behind in eighth place on 45 points, and also he's also now two ahead of Flex Lando, who's been in reserve recently. But tied for 10th place, but in 10th at the moment is Martin on 25, with Kronos tied on the same points, but is in 11th place, with Colin in 21st in 12th on 21 points. Sorry, Truth NRP in 13th on 20 points. Two ahead of Swanee on 18, who's in P14. P15, you've got Lord Alam on 14 points, and it's Shuttle Dancer, who's no longer racing in this division, who's now the official lead commentator, on 13, with Brent Stelton on 13 points, now in P17. In P18, you've got Buttons Back on 9 points, with Sonic Hawk very close behind on 4 points. 20th, you've got Shabs on 20. In 21st, you've got well, Shabs is on 2, sorry, but in 21st you've got Sanka on 1 point, and bottom of the standings, not counting reserves, is King Grouse, with the only full-time driver not to get a point. Wow. I would get out the constructor standings, but we don't have that. But we do have qualifying. And the question is today, who is going to be out on pole? And it looks as though the first driver out on track is Cobalt, who's now driving the Vapor. After Rising Phoenix disbanded their esports program, and it's been taken over by TRT. But Cobalt has made the jump to a new esports team, and he'll be looking to get his relationship with his new employers off to a good start here in Canada. Now he nails it through turn 4 and through sector 1. Very smooth approach. It's a 19.4, heading into the DRS straight. It's so easy to lose your braking in that corner, but took a lot of curb there. Not the best of lines, but he's got it. But he's got it cleanly. Purple sector 2. Now, there's a McLaren behind him, but I don't know who. It's either Truth NRP. No, it's Kronos behind him. And here comes Cobalt coming across the line. No, not across the line yet, but he's got the Wall of Champions to contend. How is he going to approach it? He nails him nice and perfectly, takes a lot of curve, but he keeps the car on the track. And he is about to do a 194, so a solid lap from Cobalt. And Kronos comes across and does a 108.9, so a very good lap from Kronos in the McLaren, with Martin going into third with a 19.5. Lando invalidates his lap, and he would have done a 1.96 if he had not invalidated it. It's Truth NRP. Kronos' teammate goes into into 4th place with a 109.6. I think it is fair to. It's going to be fair to say that Canada is a very easy track to get penalties on. But I think the most important thing is having that right rhythm, and if you keep it composed, there's going to be a high chance that you're going to get your have your penalty count reduced, and more importantly, you'd have a chance of getting a better result. But here comes Sanka across the line, and forgive me for missing out, but Kasich goes up to 3rd with 109.4 in the medium, so very good starter lap from the Finn. But Sanka comes across the hairpin, coming into the long DRS straight. He's on the mediums. This is going to be a very interesting lap from Sanka as he comes across the final 2 corners, keeps it well off the wall of champions, and he crosses the line, and he's going to do a 110.7, so the worst lap out of everyone else. As Colin goes into Vapor Matt has got up into provisional pole with a 108.7. A very good lap from the Haas driver, who's also now joined. He's actually joined Vapor as well. So, 2 of Vapor's new drivers are in the top 3. But the shocking thing is, Trench is not racing tonight. I don't know what's happened to it, if he's busy or whatever, but he's not in the session. So this provides his esports teammate, but championship rival, a lifeline. If he could get a win, or at least a very good result, this championship could be blown wide open. Who knows? It's going to depend on the points count anyway, but oh wait. Okay. Now, what have I missed? Flex is out. Is going to be coming. Oh, Colin Robb is about to start a lap. If he. Oh yeah. Yeah. His advanced lap is about to begin. But he's got Lando right behind him in the Renault. No, that's the AlphaTauri. But Carbon taking it nice, takes a nice line going into turns 2, 3, and 4. Terrible with my track. I'm terrible with my corners, I know. But he does a purple sector 1. This is probably a personal best, but it doesn't matter either way. But he comes into. Oh, I thought he was going to invalidate that lap there, but even so. Carwin coming into the long DRS straight. He's about to take on the Wall of Champions. What's he going to do going into the final 2 corners? Ooh, it was a very flat out line there from the Welshman, but he goes in and does a 108.3. Impressive lap from Carwin Robb. As Lando goes into second with 108.7, just a 3 fractions of a section above Vapor Matt, who's coming back out onto the track. And Brent Stelton invalidates his lap, but he would have done a 112 if not invalidated. But either way, Martin 4/10 down. It's not looking like a very good lap for the Scot. Yeah, he's 2/10 down. He's not going to improve. But someone who's looking like he could improve is Cobalt. He's coming toward the last two corners of the track now, and he's going to do a the car snapped on him slightly, but he catches it very well, and he's going to do a 109.2. Doesn't move him up a place, but he improves it nonetheless. Very good lap from Cobalt. Brent is coming into the pit, but I think he's about to start his lap, I believe. I'm not too sure, but taking a look at that telemetry, yeah, he's about to get started. He's under a tenth up on his best time. This could move him up into second if he gets this lap right. He's coming right up behind Bazooka Joe, and he takes a cheeky little bit of slipstream from the runner ahead, but he keeps the car nicely on the track. No lap invalidation. Heading into sector 2, he's 1/10 up on his best time. This could be a very promising lap for Matt. Kronos, Cobalt gets out of the way. But here comes Vapor Matt, who's about to do his second flying lap of the session. Nails it nicely into his last two corners, but here he comes across the line to do a 1:08.6. So he goes above Lando. But Kasux is a man on a mission. He's 4 tenths up. 4 attempts up on his best time. What does he do going into the chicane? He takes a nice smooth line going through there, but he goes into the full long DRS straight into the final two corners. And he's about to do a 1:08.4. He goes into second. A very good lap from Kasux. Wow. His button is up into P7, who's invalidated his lap. Elian clipping the speed the markers on the side of the road. As Sanka is about to do his next lap, he takes a very wide line. He gets full DRS though. He's about to do a 1:10.2, 5 tenths up, but still in P10. Nonetheless, P11 nonetheless. Now Brent is going for another run. The Belgian, now a full-time driver, who's now replacing me in the Mercedes, but even so, can he do his bit for the team, who have had a pretty horrendous season in terms of the constructors, but he's about to get going on his flying lap. He gets into he gets full DRS heading into the sorry. Ooh, he taps the wall. I forgot. Sorry, I wasn't noticing that. But and Brunt goes up into P11. We've just missed that, but we've just seen that. I just missed it because I was looking at the track map, but even so, Brent goes up into P11 with a 1:10.5. So an alright lap, but definitely something that can be improved. Now Kronos is on his I think he's on his potentially he's on his last run as Colin retires from the session in the pits. I think he's going to be he's going to be playing the long game, which is a pretty typical Colin strategy, but going into turns 10 and 11 for Kronos, who's I think he's up on his best time. He has full DRS to his advantage into the long straight before the final two corners. Or shall I say the casino straight? But here he comes, heading into the wall of champions. Oh, he's pitted in. Has he invalidated or damaged his front wing? Oh no. Well, anyway, I think the only one that's actually on a flying lap, well, he's on an out lap, but the only one that's out on track at this moment in time is Martin in P8. He heads into the casino straight. Heading into the wall of champions, he takes a solid line going through. Heading onto his final lap of the session. He nails turns 1 and 2 perfectly. Out. Here he comes in smooth lines in 3 and 4, but he's only a 10th up on his best time, Martin, which would put him above Button and elevate him up into P7. But here he comes into the end of sector 2. He nails the two corners. He nails 9 and 8 nicely, but he's a 10th down. Oh no, he's a 10th down on his time, but hopefully that will improve as the lap goes on. But here comes Martin in the casino straight. He is about to do heading into the wall of champions. He's about to do here he comes across the line. He's going to do 109.61. Slower than his fastest lap, which is a shame for Martin. But Cobalt is out on his lap early. But before we get to him, Matt is out on a flyer. He's about to. He's in turns 7 and 8. To 8 and 9, sorry. Nails it through there, and he's going to have a. Yeah, he's a 10th up on his best time, so that may or may not be enough to put him above Lando. And here he comes he goes into the casino straight, and he's about to do. He goes into the wall of champions now, takes a very good line. Full DRS to his advantage. He's going to do 1:08.4, and that puts him up into second place. A very good lap from Vapor, or shall I say Matt? Sorry, as Cobalt. Oh, I don't know what happened to Cobalt there, but anyway, I think that is that's Elian on his about to start his flying lap. Correct me if I'm wrong. Oh, he spun it! Elian has spun out and damaged his front wing, so that is qualifying a session over. But here comes Brent on his here comes Brent now. He's coming into the end of sector 2. He nails turns 8 and 9 nicely, but he's about to do he's done a 0.69, but which I was content for someone. But anyway, here he comes. Full DRS to his advantage. Heading into the last couple of corners now. This is going to be interesting. Here comes Brent coming across the line to do 109.1. A very good lap from Brent to put him up into P6. Whereas Button messes up his lap, but Bazooka Joe has retired from the session, and that puts him at the back of the grid. But here comes Button now in the casino straight, and he's got his teammate up ahead. As Truth NRP goes up into P6. Sanka goes up into stays in P12, improves his lap time, but that's not going to be enough as Button does not improve but stays in P9. So that is the lower running order as Kronos stays in 5th place. And I think it's fair to say that qualifying is pretty much over. So you've got Lando on pole, Carl and Rob in 2nd place, Vapor Matt in 3rd, Kasich in 14th, Kronos in 4th, sorry. Bloody hell, I'm getting my times wrong. My positions wrong, sorry. 5th you've got Kronos. We'll get through the running order very soon, but we just witnessed Kasich's AI car hitting the back of the Mercedes of Brent Stelton. But anyway, here's the full grid heading into the Canadian Grand Prix for the Eclipse Racing League. Ferrari Lando is on pole with a 108.2, with Carmen Rob in P2, Vapor Matt in 3rd, Kasich in 4th, Kronos 5th, Truth NRP in 6th, Brent Stelton in 7th with Cobalt in 8th, Button's back is in 9th place, Martin in 10th, 11th you've got Elian with Sanka in 12th, Colin in 13th, Trench in 14th, and Bazooka Joe at the back of the grid in P15. So, this is going to be an interesting state of affairs, I will say. Right. 20 seconds till the session starts. So heading into the Canadian Grand Prix. Tyre strategy, if I'm being honest, there's no way, unless you do medium hards, which is probably going to be next to impossible to do, you have no chance of doing a one stop because tyre wear around this track is going to be a huge factor, and the less you keep it off the wall, the higher chance you get of getting points. But we get into the formation lap with Lando leading the way, and another full rundown of the race grid. Lando on pole, Carwin in 2nd, Matt in 3rd, Kasich in 4th, Kronos 5th, Truth in 6th, Brent Stelton in 7th, Vapor Cobalt in 8th, Button back is in 9th, Martin is in 10th, Ian's been teleported to the straight back to the grid in P11, Sanka in 12th, Colin 13th, Vapor Trench 14th, and Bazooka Joe at the back of the grid in P15. Vapor Trench, missing qualifying. As we can see here, it's going to be a predicted 2-stop strategy with the option of soft, medium, medium, and medium, hard, medium, I believe it is, if I'm right. But this whole fastest lap thing is driving me nuts. Oh my god. If you can see at the bottom left of your screen, it's still showing Kronos' fast lap from the early in the qualifying session. I don't know why Codemasters have not addressed that, but just a couple of seconds until the race starts, and looking at strategy, the top 10 are all on soft, so it's going to be hard to predict how strategy is going to play out. But I think the one that could be worse for wear, and I hope I'm proven wrong on this, it's Colin, because he is on the softs. Knowing him, he's probably going to go until the end. But could that strategy come back to haunt him? Who knows? Sanka is on the hards. That's going to be an interesting one. But anyway, The rest of the grid have all lined up. Just a few seconds until... Oh, here we go. Engine revs rise. We're on to see the 5 red lights. It's lights out and away we go for the Canadian Grand Prix of the Eclipse Racing League. Good start from Ferry Lando with Kronos in peace moving up into P4 already. So a very good start for the American as it's all getting close, a bit close for comfort between Matt and Kasux. The leaderboard is all messed up, but Lando leads the way. Lando leads the way. Forget the leaderboard. We all know Lando is leading the way, but Kronos up into second to third. He's fighting for second already. This is a fantastic start from Kronos. Wow. All looking very clean so far as Matt goes above his Kronos, the other McLaren of Truth NRP. But what will Trench do? The championship leader, and I think the champion already based on the points, but, correct me if I'm wrong, but Vapor Trench up into P11 already, so a solid start for the championship leader. And there's a massive train of cars heading into into the second lap, with Lando leaving the way, and thank God the leaderboard sorted itself out, because it all got very confusing by the time by the start of that race. But Lando still leads the way with Kronos up in the second. Carl and Rob look having a little bit of a go at the McLaren in third place, with Kasux in fourth, Vapor Matt in fifth, Roof in sixth place, Cobalt in seventh, Brent going down the inside, taking Elian down the inside. That was a good move from the out Mercedes man. With Vapor going above Martin into P10. Vapor, after 2 laps, or after missing qualifying, has got himself up into the points. So a good start from the championship leader, but this is all going to get very interesting down into DRS rate as lock up from Kronos as Carwin Rob goes down the inside of the American. Very good move from the Red Bull man, and that gives Ferry Lando a little bit more breathing space. But we cannot, you can't take this for granted. As we head into lap 3 for the full DRS straight. And I think if you keep this race keep this car out of the wall, then you've had a good race. Because it's so hard to keep it off the walls. As Trent and Elian, Elian are fighting again. As Elian goes up and back into P8 as he takes the place back that he lost on lap 2 earlier. But here comes Kronos. He's going to have full DRS. He's surely going to close up on the Welshman. No, he's still in decent range as Cobalt picks up a 3-second time penalty, and Button has got one as well. Slight lock up from Kronos, but he's still going to have the full DRS to his advantage. And is he going to have enough to make a move? Who knows? But yes, he has full DRS with Kasux not far off behind. Here comes Kronos down the inside. Can he get the move done into the wall of champions? Yes, he does. Carwin goes off the track to avoid contact, and that has elevated Kasux up into third place. Oh, this is a very good battle for second place, and I hope this doesn't end up striking the commentator's curse, because it could end pretty prematurely as Button and well, I don't know what's happened to Brent, but Button is gone above him into P11 as Truth NRP gets a 3-second time penalty for multiple warnings. Trent is up into P9, just 1 point. He's closing up, looking to close up on Elian. As Kasux, who's in P4 earlier in the race, is up into P3, into P2, sorry. As Lando already has a 3-second lead. He's already creating a gap, isn't he? Look at this. This is a look at that train of cars for that battle for P2. It's basically from Kasux to Cobalt down. It's just incredible. Anyway, Kronos sticks behind him and he gets a 3-second time penalty for his troubles. This is not what he wants. It's Bazooka Joe. Oh, Trench is pitting. Oh no! Has he picked up wing damage or something? He's coming into the pits and he looks as though he has picked up wing damage. Oh, Trench, not what the championship leader wants. As he heads into the pits with Kronos, Colin and Sanka fighting it out for P13, which is basically the wooden spoon of this race. But Carwin right on the back of Kronos, who's on the back of Kasuk, who's being chased down by... Oh, there's a yellow flag in Sector 2. I don't know who that is. And it's Button that's gone off. Button has spun out and spun it in turns 5 and 6. Oh no, he's out! That's got to be it's a safety car. Safety car on lap 5 as Button takes himself out of the race. I don't think it was intentionally. He was trying to get back onto the track. Get the car going in the right direction, but failed to do so, lost control, and that is the result. Devastating for Button's back. Not what you want to see for him at all. As the top 10 all come into the pits, the soft runners are coming in as Elian and Truth. Bold call from Truth as he stays out with Elian staying ahead of him. Behind him, sorry. Boy, oh boy, does this get interesting. As Lando, Bazooka Joe stays out, as Lando comes out of the pits behind but Furry. But the problem is for Kasuk and everyone else behind him. Sorry. It's because Sanka is ahead of them. He's between Lando and Kasuk's. So if Lando gets a good restart, he could just casually pull away from them. As Button has left the session, understandably so. It's such a shame to see his race end early. But Truth NLP leads the way. Is he going to stick to the original strategy? Who knows? But that is brave from the American who's leading the way under the safety car as the rest of the field closes up. But if I'm being honest, I think that medium strategy on the safety car, pitting under the safety car, could be the way to go. I could be proven wrong on this, but nearly everyone else, aside from Truth, obviously not counting those who have started on mediums, which are Elian and Bazooka Joe, pretty much everyone except Colin, Sanka and Kasuk's are all on mediums. And the hards, I don't think they're the greatest of compounds to be on at a track like Canada, considering that they're not that great around here. But if we can see a good restart, I'm all for it. Now, I don't want to end up losing my voice because there's only 28 laps to go. Now, safety car is in this lap. What would you do if you were in Truth's position right now? Personally, I would just I would stack the field up, wait, get a good amount of social distancing from the safety car, and hopefully, and then bolt. As the safety car is about to come in. Here he comes. Here comes Truth. He comes across the line. He He's about to get the rest of the field underway as Furry Lando is looking to make a move down on Bazooka Joe. Yellow-green flag is underway, and Furry Lando's down the inside of Bazooka Joe, and he goes up into P3. Chaos in the midfield as there's contact between Sanka, Kasux, and Kronos. It's all kicking off early in the race, and I think the hard runners might have gotten it wrong. Kasux might have gotten it wrong on the hards. Who knows? As Carwin Robb is already on the back of it, as Sanka dive bombs Kasux, spins himself out, and that is going to be costly for the other Button's brother there. But that moves Carwin Robb up a place with Martin on the back of him. And Vapor Matt has gone down the inside of Martin, who's blocked off Cobalt as the two Williamses swap places. Boy, oh boy, what a crazy restart. As Martin and Brent take each other out and they hit the wall. Oh dear. That got chaotic real fast. What can I say? Wow. But Lando gets a 3-second penalty for multiple warnings. This is not good for him, as Elian loses 1 place, but also 2 places. And Lando and Kronos got the inside. Is Kronos going to get the move done? Yes, he forces Lando off the track. But Lando retires in the pits. But wow, what a move from Kronos. He gets the elbows out on Elian and Furry Lando, and goes up into 2nd place. And could the two McLarens be playing tactics here? It looks as... oh, yeah, they're playing tactics. This is interesting for the two McLarens, because they both have 3-second penalties, and Truth is on old tyres, so he's looking to buy Kronos as much time as possible. As Furry Lando is probably going to get frustrated at the 2 cars ahead, as Bazooka Joe goes down the inside of Kasux, but Kasux takes the outside line but keeps it in the place. Nice, very nicely. Oh, 3 wide. No, now 2. Make that 2 wide, because Bazooka Joe and Matt have overtaken Joe for 4th. As Lando cuts the track and dramatically, I don't know why that was for, but DRS has been enabled. Kronos is in the lead. He has gotten this right. Sanka gets a 3-second penalty for multiple warnings, but Elian taps the back of Truth, which could get heated in the stewards after this race, depending on how many incidents we have out on track. As Furry Lando is on the back of Carwin Robb. This is a massive trade of cards for P2. And Kronos, I think Christmas has come early, except Christmas was about what, a week? Oh yeah, it was about a week and 1 day ago. Sorry. But here comes Truth NRP. I mean, Elian round the outside of trying to go around the outside of Truth NRP. This could be a spectacular move round the hairpin. Wow, he looks as though he's got him. But the problem is, Truth is going to have full DRS on the belt. No. Elian has got full DRS, and he keeps the move, and the 2 Alfa Romeos are going at it. Boys, please keep it clean as they both go off. As Elian cuts the track as Truth LRP heads into the pit. What a crazy restart. Carwin Robb looking to go down the inside of Elian. He's now looking to the outside, taking the outside line. No, he slots in behind him just to keep it sensible. As Furry Lando is looking to get past Bazooka Joe, who clearly the Swede is on much faster tyres, and I think he might be kicking himself after that restart. But wow. And he goes round the outside of the AlphaTauri as Kasux is going slowly for whatever reason. Could it be wing? It must have picked wing damage, surely. Yes, he has. As Matt and Elian, look at this. 3 wide heading into turn 10. Keep it clean, boys. Oh, they didn't keep it clean. Vapor Matt and Carwin Robb take each other out as the Welshman picks up wing damage. Oh, it's all kicking off. Come on, boys, calm down. It's still only, what, 15 laps of the race to go? I think it's all getting a bit bad-tempered in this race. I really do. As Rob and Kasux head into the pits, frustratingly, for both the Alfa Romeo and the Red Bull, who have been the main contenders in this race. But you know that saying, rubbing is racing. And there's been plenty of rubbing in this race. As Elian is on the back of Bazooka Joe, who are both on much older tyres compared to the rest of the medium runners, as Carwin and Kasux go on the hards, as Carwin picks up a 3-second penalty, and Martin has retired from the session, and it's a massive shame for the Scot, because he's been doing really well at the start of the race, but Elian looking to go around the outside of Bazooka Joe, the Belgian on the German. No, the move does not work. Brilliantly defended from Bazooka Joe, but Elian's coming back at him. Oh, he's hit the wall. Oh no, too much traction, just too much traction. Well, too much power on the foot if he's on no traction control. But the two Williamses are up into 4th and 5th respectively. This is a brilliant comeback drive from Trench, who started at the back of the pack and had to pit in on the mediums early. Wow. Kronos looks as though he's picked up a pretty comfortable lead already, as Matt is already chasing down Furry Lando, who's moved back up into the second amidst all the chaos on that restart. Now the question is are Cobalt and Trench going to play tactics like the two McLarens? Trench gets a 3-second penalty, which is going to be his second 3-second penalty of the race. So both Williamses on 6-second penalties each. Incredible. As Matt's still on the back of Furry Lando for P2. He's not going to have enough to make a move, nowhere near enough, but he's surely going to close up on the Swede. Well, on the man for Bournemouth, sorry, but anyway. Fastest lap for Matt with a 1:11.9 on the mediums. Wow. Oh, I think he slightly overdrove the car with that. Well, put a bit too much throttle on that, but he still keeps the car in shape and still in a decent position to get Furry Lando. If you can just keep it clean, this could be a good result for him. 4 DRS for the Haas. As Kasux is on the back of Truth for Pete for the last point of the race, as he keeps behind the McLaren, and he's also behind Carwin Rob, who was caught up in the chaos heading into the hairpin, and was pretty much an innocent bystander in all of that. But anyway, yellow flag, sector 2. Oh no! Matt has spun out! I think he got caught by someone. He's lost a bit of his wing. Thank God Bazooka Joe avoided him, but wow! That is not what you want to see from Matt. He was doing really well to keep behind Furry Lando. I don't know what happened to him, but that moves Trench up into 3rd. And I think, correct me if the championship was already wrapped up, but that means he should have enough to secure that championship. As Colin is right on the back of the racing point of Sanka. And it's that full-on battle for 6th. But here comes Colin, who's on the hard, much fresher hards than I had. Also, knowing him, he's probably going to play the long game. He's closing up on that racing point at a pretty fast rate, but he needs to keep that car on the road, or on the track, sorry. As Matt is right behind Elian, who was caught up in the chaos of that safety car of that turn 10 incident. Ooh, Matt hits the wall. Hopefully that's no wing damage to his name, but he keeps it off the wall. No wing damage. But Colin is on the back of Sanka. Surely he's going to close up on the racing point. Ooh, Sanka weaves in front of him. He's definitely in no mood to see that P6 anytime soon. Ooh, Lando is starting to close up on Kronos. I honestly think if Kronos can keep it off the walls and keep it calm, he's in a good position to win this race. I really do think that, and I don't want to strike the commentator's curse, but it's all looking very good as Kasich goes above Carl and Rob for P8. As Colin's still on the back of Sanka for P6, which has been a battle that's been lasting for the last couple of laps. Sorry. There comes Colin, full DRS, even gets a 3-second penalty for his troubles. And Sanka, and Colin on the inside of Sanka, and Sanka just bolts it into the pits, and he gets a 5-second penalty for speeding in the pit lane. That is going to prove costly for the Brit. As Bazooka Joe comes out of the pits on fresh hards as well, may I add. Sanka serving his 5-second penalty. Cobalt gets a 3-second penalty for multiple warnings. Oh boy, Lando, another 3-second penalty. That could prove really costly for him at the end of this race. Oh no! Trench has spun and he's broken his front wing. VSC is out, but Trench, all the hard work to get up into P4 looks as though it's about to go to waste, and you've got to feel sorry for the championship leader. Wow. That's all I can say. What is just wow. VSC is about to, I think it's about to come in as Trench heads into the pits. Safety car. Oh no! Kronos drive-through penalty. No! Lando goes into the pits. Oh mate, I'm gutted for Kronos, man, because he's been driving such a brilliant race since the from start to now. But that safety car is going to prove costly for him, and you've got to feel for him. You've really got to feel for him. As Elian, his Trench is on fresh softs. I don't know how long they're going to last, but I'm not sure if it's going to be. I think it may take another. I think Kronos may have to. No, Cobalt. No, Trench. Sorry, I'm getting my names wrong. Apologies, but I think he may have to pit again as Kronos goes into the pit lane, looking to take his drive-through early. Oh, I'm gutted, man. Absolutely gutted for Kronos. Because he's driven such a good race, and his luck in recent times has not been there for him. And Lando is about. I think he may have to pit now. But if I were Kronos, I would want a safety car soon, just so I can get on the a new set of tyres. And move on from there. But through Kronos' expense, Cobalt is in the lead, and Kronos gets a 3-second time penalty for multiple warnings. As Carvin and Colin fighting it out for P5. Carvin looking to make a move down the inside, but he keeps it behind the Ferrari. Full DRS, no DRS, but he's a nice bit of slipstream for Carvin there, but he has to keep it behind him. Keep it behind the Ferrari, but here comes Carvin full DRS to his advantage. Gets the move done. Up into P5 goes the Red Bull of Carwin Robb. Kronos heads out of the pits with Lando in the lead. But the race isn't completely lost for Kronos though. Because he's on fresh tyres. Yes, he has a hold on, a 6-second penalty. Oh, he has a drive-through. No. Hopefully, surely that can get taken off by the stewards. He comes out ahead of Carwin, who's surely, the American is surely going to have enough pace to catch up to Kasser's. As Lando regains the lead of the race, as Trench is about to catch up to Truth NRP, heading into the hairpin in turn 10. 26 laps ago, my voice is already gone. But here comes Trench now. He's going to get the full DRS on the American of Truth. Oh! Truth going very defensive and breaks his front wing. Oh, that's it! No! No! That is not on. Trench, there was absolutely no need for that. I think both, I hate to say it, nothing against, no, I'm not going to force a drama here, but to me, I saw what happened. Truth throws a block on Trench. Trench completely loses it, stoops down to Truth's level, and completely wiped him out. This is not what we want to see for this league at all. This is not what we're about. This is a league where we're meant to be racing fair and hard. Sometimes, yes, that's going to result in the odd incident, that's part of it, but that sort of behaviour is not tolerated in the Eclipse Racing League, and that should not be tolerated in any other league at all. No need for that from Trench. No need at all. It's very out of character, I have to say. I'm surprised they didn't bring out a full safety car. But my oh my. I don't think it's going to be Phil Rosy in the ERL Discord. Oh. According to Trench, he's lagged out, I believe. But, oh mate, I do apologise if that was the case, but that looked absolutely, hold on, that looked questionable as Trench goes up into P9 ahead of Edian. Lando now leads. The race has pretty much calmed down since the incident, but either way, I would like to see. I would like to see that get taken. I'd like to see what happens in the stewards. As Trench breaks his front wing yet again. It's Edian retires from the session. This has not been Trench's day at all. I think his head is pretty much gone from there, but he gets a 10-second penalty for corner cutting, yet Trench has clearly lost his head. As Lando leads the way with Kovolt in second, Kasser's in third, Kronos in fourth. Oh, wow. The closest battle so far, although we've done... Well, it's about to be a battle, but the nearest battle we have, quite clearly, as you can see in your screen, is between Kronos and Kasux for P3. As Elian left the session, and understandably so. But Trench coming into the pits now, and I think he's about to get lapped by Lando. Is he going to retire from the session? Who knows? But yeah, Truth has left the session, and I don't think he's going to be too impressed, but who knows? Wow, look at this. Kronos is about to close up on Kasux. And Kronos gets another 3-second penalty for multiple warnings. This is not what you want for him at all. He's going to need Kasux to make a mistake. Surely. As you look at that, even though his tyres are 2 laps older than Cobalt's, Lando is actually creating a pretty comfortable lead for himself. And I sincerely hope that the commentator curse has not fully struck on Kronos, but he's down in P4. I think he's still had a very good race, as Vapor Matt gets a 3-second penalty for multiple warnings. There's Bazooka Joe on the back of Colin for P6. Wow, Kronos. I mean, Colin is in pretty. The only 2 drivers. Funnily enough, the closest battle we have so far is between the only 2 drivers that have not picked up a penalty in this race. So kudos to Colin and Bazooka for keeping it clean and staying out of trouble. As Bazooka Joe goes down the inside of the Brit and the Ferrari, he goes into P6. Very good move from Bazooka Joe to get him on the Wall of Champions, but Kronos is in hot pursuit of Kasux. Just as I say that, Bazooka Joe picks up a 3-second penalty for multiple warnings. This is a massive shame for him. Right. Here comes Kronos on the back of Kasux. Full DRS to his advantage. Ooh, slight corner cut from Kasux there, but it looks as though this race is calmed down for now. Kronos has full DRS on Kasux. He goes down, he inside of the fin. Up into P3 goes Kronos for the moment. But he's surely going to have the pace to pull away from that Alfa Romeo, surely. And with those fresh tyres as well, he locks up. Kasux looks to go down the inside of the American. Full DRS is going to be up for grabs. Who's going to get it? Kasux. Lando gets a 3-second penalty for multiple warnings. This is not what you want to see from him. Oh, Kasux hits the wall! Oh, Kasux! He's had such a brilliant race. He loses. The car snaps under him, hits the wall, and damages his front wing, which is pretty much ruined, looking like it's going to ruin his race. As Kronos heads into the pits yet again. Well, as Trench, heads into the pits once again. But Kronos looks as though he's got that P3 in the bag. I don't want to strike the commentator's curse just yet, but it's looking very good. And despite that, Kasux doesn't look as though he's going to give up, is he? Despite the wing damage, yeah, oh no, he's staying out! Fair play to Kasux, he's not giving up taking this result lying down. Trying to salvage what he can with that damaged car. Fair play to him, as Lando is creating a very nice gap to Cobalt. As both of them have 9-second penalties each, but look at this. Carwin, I think he's starting to close up on the back of Kasux for P4. After losing that P3 to Kronos through a mistake, through a slight, through putting too much throttle in turn 4, turns 3 and 4. He looks as though he's starting to look at this. Carwin on 18 lap old hards is starting to close up rapidly because of Kasux's wing damage. 5 laps to go in the Canadian Grand Prix. Lando is starting to count down the laps. Carwin keeps the car in full. He's in full fighter mode. He wants to get that P4 away, take that P4 away from Kasux, who gets full DRS. No, he's not going to get full DRS because he's not close enough. But Carwin is definitely close enough, so he's going to get the DRS surely. Carwin has full DRS to his advantage. I don't think he's going to get Kronos in the last 2 corners, but Kronos gets a 3-second penalty in the last corner. This could prove costly for the American, but Carwin is not going to get him in the last corner, but he is going to get him on the full DRS straight. There's the two of them fighting it out, wheel to wheel, door to door, ashes to ashes, dust to dust. Forgive my terrible sayings there. And I think, even though Kronos has that 5-second penalty, that's a 17-second penalty, I think he's pretty much safe. And I don't want to curse him any further, but Carwin has that P4 in the bag. There's that gap. Look at how quick that gap is starting to form between third and fourth. See, Carwin is 6.4 behind the American. As Kronos heads into the last two corners, keeps it nice and clean with 3 laps to go of this Canadian Grand Prix. Wow. Kasek's trying to close up on Carwin Rob, but I think that's going to be his efforts are going to be in vain because of that wing damage. Ooh. Bit of a casting up from Kasek there, but 2 laps to go. Ferry Lando has pretty much got this win in the bag. Carwin is starting to close. Interestingly enough, Carwin is starting to close in on Kronos a little bit. But here comes Furry Lando, who takes. Oh, he goes off. He takes a bit of grass in his direction, but keeps the car on the road. Vapor Matt gets a 3-second time penalty for multiple warnings. And I think it's fair to say that Carwin wants that podium pretty bad, isn't he? Kronos trying to use as much ERS as possible, but onto the final lap. Furry Lando has driven such a brilliant race. From starting on pole, to having to put up with that safety car restart, and to the race lead. What a drive from Furry Lando. But he nails it. He's just counting down the seconds as time goes by. And I think Carwin has caught him, surely. Because that gap is starting to close down into that 4-second range. But here comes Furry Lando, heading into the casino straight for the final time. What could possibly go wrong for Furry Lando now? Here he comes, into the last corner. Furry Lando wins the Canadian Grand Prix. Brilliant drive from the man from Bournemouth as Cobalt takes second place. Kronos comes home in third, which is going to be taken off him because of Carwin. I think that may get appealed, but even so, Kronos did a brilliant drive, but he deserved better out there today. Kasek comes home in 5th. Bazooka Joe comes home in P6. With Colin in P7, with Matt closing right on the back of the Ferrari. Could he get him on the DRS straight? I highly doubt it, but here he comes. I think across the line because Matt has a 9-second penalty anyway. He's not going to beat Colin. Sanka comes home in 9th, by the way, but here comes Colin, who takes 7th. Vapor Matt comes home in 8th, and I think that gives Trench, correct me if I'm wrong, the Drivers' Championship from the looks of things. as we head into the last 2 races of the season. But what a race it was. A controversial one as well, may I add. But it will be interesting to see what happens in the stewards. Champagne is already spraying, but what a brilliant race that was. Brilliant, chaotic, controversial. Wow. Anyway, here we go. Here are the final results. Barry Lando takes the win with Cobalt in second place. Carwin Rob in third with Kronos unlucky to miss out on that podium in P4. Kasux in fifth. Bazooka Joe in sixth. Colin in seventh. Vapor Matt in eighth. Sanker in ninth. Vapor in 12th. Elian in 10th, sorry. Elian's in 11th. Truth in 12th. One of the retirees, and the rest of the retirees you've got Vapor Martin in P13. Brent in P14 and Button in P15. But anyway, ladies and gents, thank you very much for watching. If you enjoyed that, do leave a like, and if you're new here, subscribe to the channel so you can check out all the action in the weekly action in the Eclipse Racing League. But until the next one, it's Shadow Lancer 29 and the Eclipse Racing League.